Hello everybody, it's me, GhostCritic, and I'm here with February's trade union video. This is where I say I'm going to read a trade at the beginning of the month and then do a video kind of reviewing it, giving my thoughts and opinions on it, and much like a book club, I hope you people will read it as well, hopefully do some videos or at least comment in the section below. February's book of the month was Rat Queens, Volume 1, Sass and Sorcery, written by Curtis J. Weeb with artwork by Rock Upchurch. Now, I didn't buy this when it first came out. I think it was a time when there was that huge glut of image number ones and decisions have to be made, and some things get left behind. Now, I then further heard that people started talking it up to the point of raving about it, and I thought, maybe I've missed out on something here. I won't dive into the singles straight away and try and find them. I'll wait for the trade to come out, and here it is. It has been kind of given the kind of similarities to things like Buffy and Tank Girl. Lord of the Rings is an obvious similarity here, and Sex and the City, it's there on the back and all the nice little blurbs that people hype the book up about. But at its basic, this is a very much a tongue-in-cheek fantasy romp. We have 4 very different kinds of women leading this title. These are battle maidens for hire, and the thing with these battle maidens is they tend to do more damage than good, and the townsfolk of their kind of central base aren't happy about this anymore, and so they send out all the kind of bounty hunter type groups off on quests. Only these quests kind of end up not being what they're meant to be, and a lot of people end up being killed by this mysterious black warrior, much kind of ninja-like-esque. So there's that kind of whole mystery behind it about who is behind this treacherous plot to do away with all these kind of bands of heroes for hire. There's a ton of bloody battles. It's very kind of over the top fantasy violence. There's some nice touches with the kind of like the secret histories of the characters and hidden, not agendas, but hidden pasts that they are trying to keep from everybody. There's relationship issues. They do a lot of partying, and there's a couple of near-death experiences thrown into the mix as well. Now, I mean, I like this book for what it was. I had a lot of fun with it. I'm just not sure whether I'm going to pick up a volume 2. Now, the reason for this is, and it seems to be a huge topic within the comic book community at the moment, and it is about women in comics and diversity in general. I think, again, with this, it is a very lazy way of portraying or getting women into comics by having these 4 women. I realise we have to start from somewhere, and any kind of exposure for female comic book characters or characters just of diversity is needed. I am not denying it, but I want something original. The blurb on the back talks about it's great to see, 4 different types of women with 4 different kind of body types that are not what we see on fashion pages that have been photoshopped to within an inch of their lives. But it's an easy fix in a fantasy novel, given the kind of races and tribes and that kind of thing that we have in fantasy. That kind of body type ethic is already there. the fact that you put them into female bodies, personally I feel it's just a little lazy. It seems that to be in, especially in here, I mean, I could just replace all these women with male characters, because I get the feeling very much, and it's not that they shouldn't be allowed to do it or can't do it, but these are women acting like men. They are drinking to excess, they're swearing, they're getting sweaty, they're having sex without consequence. And I want a more positive, original portrayal of women in comics, not just a pale imitation of their male counterparts. As I said, I know plenty of women that do all this stuff, obviously to a slightly lesser extent, and they are some of my best friends. But in a comic book, I just want to see some originality. It's gonna come, it will do, it will. And I know we have to go through these stages first. I see why people enjoyed it and raved about it, because purely I think for the exposure that women comic book characters are getting. But this, as fun as it was, as enjoyable as I found it for a kind of a fantasy romp, it wasn't pushing anything, any new boundaries in comic book storytelling. The artwork was lovely, it was fun. The characters all certainly had their own characters, their own personalities. You knew each one of them. But there was just something missing, and I think it's called originality. So as I said, I enjoyed it. I don't think I'll be picking up volume 2. I can't see, and please correct me if I'm wrong, I don't see much development from the characters that they already are. They're not going to change a great deal. We're going to have the wisecracking, the swearing, the copious amounts of drinking, the chaos causing, and it'll just be under a different storyline. So that was me and Rat Queens Volume 1 for February's Trade Union. If you fancy doing a review of that and giving me an opposing view, I am very happy to hear that. Let me know if you do. Otherwise, let me know what you thought in the comments down below. So for March's Trade Union book that I'm going to be reading, I haven't actually had time to pick anything out, so I looked on my shelves on what I'd recently purchased, and I decided that March is we're going to go back a little bit, but I'm going to review the first volume of Matt Kint's Mind Management. It's volume 1, it's in this nice hardback, and it's called The Manager. So that is my March's book of the month. It's the Trade Union. Come and join me.